Good morning, Rabbi Isai. We have a tremendous chashuv guest today. So we have a choice. Either we say Shalom Aleichem to every single one, or read the emails, or we learn Gemara. What do we do? Emails. Okay, I heard emails. All right, Bachman said Shalom Aleichem to you. Where do we start? We start from the Archim table. What are you doing over there? You're not a Oreach. Get out! We have a lot. Shalom Aleichem, what's your name? Yitzhak Friedman. From? Cedarhurst. Shalom Aleichem. And you? Joey Friedman. Related? Brothers. Wow. You know, I married a Friedman. So we might be related somehow. Okay, Givaldik. Who are your nephews? From? Manchester. And you? From Manchester. This guy, I can't see him. Who else is new here? Oh, Shalom Aleichem, what's your name?
Eliezer Rukin from Flatbush, Brooklyn. I live 2 houses away from Yehuda Bext.
Oh, like the first guy. Yehuda Bext is the first guy that showed up, our first guest. You remember a guy shows up in Chanicha, he says, I watch you online. Like, what? There's such a thing. He says, yeah, I did. Yehuda Bext. Is that's the guy you're talking about?
Two houses away from me.
Wow, what a schus. That's the makom that was Gairim. Okay, Shalom Aleichem, what's your name? Wow, Shalom Aleichem. Who else? Shalom Aleichem.
Alan Gerson, Betsy Freeman's friend.
Oh, 1 minute, which Betsy Freeman? The partner of my brother-in-law.
Your partner.
Oh, send regards. He bought 4 rooms, I heard yesterday. He should get a freebie, no? He bought 4 rooms. What?
He said 5 rooms.
5 rooms? I'm just telling you what they told me from the office. They called me, oh, he bought 5 rooms. Shmak. What's your name? From where?
From Tel Aviv.
Oh yeah, you're the guy that the windows busted out over there during one of the missiles.
Yeah, they're still busted.
They're still busted. The whole neighborhood? Wow. And you, Lays? Lays Tyler. Get up for a second. Tell Dailam what you do and how we met and why you're doing the daf.
Your fishing net works very effectively.
Yeah.
For you to help with promote this app that can make minyanim anywhere.
Right.
And it's not holding anywhere near Daf Yomi, not even Amid Yomi. And I think in the next couple of weeks it's going to be 100 dafim since.
Wow. What, you know what that means? That it's time for me to go back to Park City. If I haven't been there in 100 days, it's not a good thing. You gotta go. Is the ski season started? Did it start? Let us know. Okay. But did your app go? Is it going?
The next day after you talked about it, shot up.
Oh really?
But it got me to Daf Yomi.
It was Kedai. If you made the app, the entire app, just so you learn Torah every day, was Kedai. No?
My wife says the same.
You're on a plane, you're learning Torah everywhere you go. Learning Torah. All right, who else? You said already. That guy, Shalom Aleichem, what's your name?
Stephen Stern.
Shalom Aleichem from?
West Hempstead.
West Hempstead. Oh, I was looking for the West Hempstead guys. Who's from West Hempstead? Oh, Yitzi and his bodies. Okay, so what's your name next to him? West Hempstead. Shalom Aleichem, West Hempstead. And you? Was that you?
Stanley Furman, West Hempstead.
I should have just brought all the guests up here. That would have been so geschmack. What am I doing? Did I say everybody from West Hempstead? Okay, he's all right. Okay, now we do emails, Rabbi Isai. We have a Shabbos of Achdus. Check this out. You know who the speakers are? No, here. Oh, look at this guy in the middle. Look at this handsome guy. Wow. There's only 2 guys that pop out of the box. Reb Aaron Weinberg and Eli Stefansky. Oh, and Reb David Goldwasser's hat. Listen, from this, I have to, I'm sorry, Nachman, I can't, but from this whole thing, I'm more excited. Yoli Dickman. Oh, it's all good. You know what kind of music it's going to be? It's going to be unbelievable. No, stop, I'm hacking. This is Reb Reuben Epstein, Reb Nasanel Gans, Reb Yoel Gold, Reb Ali Ben Shushai, Reb Nachman Stelzer, Reb David Goldwasser, Reb Aaron Weinberg. Unbelievable. We have one more sponsor that came in. So.
Charlene Aminoff for the women.
Oh, that's right. I didn't show that. Let me show that. It's in Mrs. Charlie Aminoff for the women. Mrs. Gitti Epstein together with her husband Reuben Epstein. Very, very good speaker. Together they're going to do some sort of Shalom Bayis thing, because a lot of people that do the daf have Shalom Bayis issues, because they say that they go out for 6 hours to learn. You're going to discuss silver. There's one more anonymous here in the silver category, so Yishkoyach, keep them coming. I did not read this. I heard it's interesting. I'm reading it together with you. The rule, most frequently asked questions, the questions that people, Hak Mark Ashkenazi, a Chaynik, Yoimam V'Layla, let the guy breathe, please. Here are some of the answers. Let's see. First few floors of the hotel are public areas, lobby, dining rooms, as well as davening, share rooms. There are no guest rooms on the lower floors. Oh, so I got to tell the Olam, Baruch Hashem, there are very few rooms left, and the only rooms left are the top 2 floors. Everything else sold out. So, and we only have, I believe, king rooms available, but every king room comes with an extra cot for anyone that needs. Okay. Kashrus is Tarnapol Hashgacha. All food served will be Bishul Yisrael. Family seating, multiple couples on mixed tables. Separate seating in one area of the dining room will be tables of just men and tables of just women. Which last year, I think, one of the years, the people that sat in the separate seating, they knocked the wall down and they said, no, we had enough of this. No.
People asked if it was going to be Bishul Hakim.
No, because of the Svardim. Svardim only eat very makbidik Bishul Yisrael. Rabbi said this is huge. Borough Park number 2 location, satellite location. Ari Chaimowitz in his shul in the morning put together Kalina Satzedek 109 Clarity, which is off 36th and 13th Avenue. Oh, 13th and 13th Avenue, 36th Street. Every single morning at 7:15, there's Gemaras available, there's coffee available. Here this is what it looks like. Rabbi said, check this out. A nice screen. Beautiful. I really hope it goes well over there. Huh? No, it's showing you the room. It's not showing you actual shiur. Mazel Tov, MDY Antwerp and MDY Chicago Shidduch. Wow. Check this out. Down in Fall and Chana, but the 2 mishpachas are Gerelik and Sloboda from Belgium. Givaldik. I guess we're not going to read this email, are we? Well, no. That's we're doing a malav. Oh, one last thing here. The Olam knows about the song. I don't need my Beketche, yeah? No? The old Israelis know. All right, and I like this a lot because in Tom's River, they went out of their way and they made a beautiful poster telling the Olam to come to their nightly MDY satellite location. And maybe other places will take this from them and we could collaborate together. Gevaldige stuff. Okay, Rabbi Isai, David Solomon, dedicated memory of Mari the Masechta, from Shmuel Baruch, Ben Chaim Tzvi Masechta sponsored by Ananas, Lili Nishmas, Doidi Shlomi Yehuda, Ben Shmuel Chayim, Asher Shogav Lom, Kachim Kol Chayev, Ananas, Zech Nishmas, and Nochem Tzvi Ben David. Sponsored by Scarborough Capital in honor of our friends Mary Kovacs, Taki, and Shabbos Shlafrik for the devotion to Torah study in the Shiur. Joel Gedalius, Lili Nishmas, my father Jack Gedalius, Anonymous. Hatzlacha Baruchlis Ubegashmius. Multi sponsors Tzvi Jacobs for Refuah Shlema for Brocha Bat Chana. Anonymous Pidam for Refuah Shlema for the world's best dad Aaron Ben Chaya Sarah. Anonymous Brocha Dai for Tzinisim Ben Shoshana Leah Yehuda Binyamin Ben Chava. Weekly sponsors Alan Khan in memory of my mother Yocheved Mina Bat Avram. Ari Simon Refuah Shlema Avi Moiri Baruch Ben Miriam. David Green for Refuah Shlema for Chana Rivka Bat Yosefa. Daily sponsors, Kamiansky family, Refuah Shlema for Charna Rosa Bas Miriam Mindel, who's having a surgery today, praying all should go well. Amen. Sprinzy and Alan Groves, yours out of our brother-in-law, Mark Fisher, leader Zech Nishmas, which Chaim Ben Beryl Velvel, and the yard side of our great uncle, Zech Nishmas, which Yehuda Ben Binyon Alevi. Efi Yoni Ayel Barak. Hey, how? Yurak. In honor of our Abba, Zach Yurak's birthday. Schmuck. Look at these kids. They thought about it. They said, what could our father appreciate? We'll surprise him. Happy birthday. MDY Art, anonymous, for the full shlema of Rivka Naomi Basili Shevabatya. Month. Full shlema Yonatan Eden Ben Meshav Bracha. Full shlema Mordechai Ben Esther. Full Hayeled Daniel Zev Ben Hayeled Esther. I wanted to tell this to Aryeh Simon as I was walking. I was speaking to him about it yesterday. You go on YouTube and you see there's like 5,000 views. Something like that, 4,000 or 5,000 views in the English. It turns out that we have 15,000 views a day. But it's including the Hebrew, including shorts. And then I realized we have a whole library of shiurim. So people are learning now Psachim, they're learning Shabbos, this. We have 450,000. Now I have the stats on my thing. And, I was going by Yisrael Goldstein. Oh, there's a million views since 60 days or whatever. It's 450,000 views a month. So whatever. Okay, just on YouTube. That's our third largest platform. We have 2 platforms that are larger than that. So it's amazing. So listen. So when Torah Anytime tells you, or all daf, they said that we have 6,000 views a day on whatever. That's only that daf. That's not including all the other dafim. It's interesting. I never really thought about it like that. Zok the Heilige Gemara. We're holding on daf Ayin Dalet Omid Beis Hariveya v'Hanirva. It says in the Mishnah the different animals that get mixed in with good karbanos. What do you do? So the Gemara says that so one of them is a treifa. One of them is an animal that has some sort of defect that it's not going to survive. It's also to bring it as a carbon, and it got mixed up with other karbanos. So the Mishnah goes through a whole thing, yirat shistavu, whatever you do for different animals, but one of them is a treifa. Says Gemara, Bishlam Kulu lo yediyah. I cannot know if there's an animal that somebody did an isser with it or did an isser with another human being. You can't tell on the animal itself. Elahai treifa, but when it comes to a defect in the animal, heichidami. What kind of defect are we talking about? If it's an obvious one, you see that its leg is cut off, it's considered a treifa without a surgery. Poof, cut off. So you see the animal, it's missing a leg, you take it out. What's the problem? How did it get mixed in? And if it's one of these, like something like this, has a hole in the heart, you don't know, so you don't know. So how did it get mixed in there? We're talking about live animals here. If it has an inner treifa, how do you know that it has a treifa? If it has an outer thing that you realize it's a treifa, so great, take it out. It has the inner one. They didn't have MRIs then, so how do you know? We have 3 answers. Here are the 3 answers. We just need it for the end of the surah. We don't need it, but it makes it more geschmack. Rabbi Yanai says, there was a puncture in one of the animals caused by a thorn. That did not make it a treifa. It didn't go through and through. A little boo-boo. There's also another puncture that happened from a wolf. And Rashi says here, and we had it a number of times in Shas when we were talking about cats, that the wolf, it injects poison into the venom, we understand it today, it's like an infection, rabies, whatever it is. Cats actually have that till this day. They have something in them, like a special enzyme, whatever it is. The Gemara calls it a venom. It means that this animal's not going to survive. You get a wound like that, it's all over. If you don't have antibiotics, bye-bye. So you have 2 animals next to each other. They both have a puncture wound. One is kosher, one is a treifa, and it got mixed in. You don't know which one was caused by the venomous wolf, and you don't know which one was caused by a simple thorn. So yes, you could see it, but it's still a problem. It's still problematic. It got mixed in with an animal that fell off a high place. So if an animal fell off, let's say a roof, was playing around on the roof and fell. So this is machlokes, what do you do? One man Omar says, well, if it gets up and walks away, so nothing happened to it. The other man Omar says, no, even if it got up and walked away, I saw when I was a kid, I saw a cat that was run over by a car. As a kid, I remember it going around the wheel, and then it fell off the side, and it picked itself up, and walked to the sidewalk and then died. I'll say, if you see it walking away, it's an animal. It's not a human being. They're built a little differently. And a deer, whatever, all these things. But if he holds that if it walks away, that means it has no internal injuries. How did it walk away? The other one says, no. Wait a minute. Just because it walked away doesn't mean that it's not going to collapse in 2 days from now and die. So Rish Lakish Amar Kegoin Di'ar bin Afula. So I said the story a number of times. It's already Bavusta Maisa, but I asked Yoshi to put together a little video. So I'll just give you the background. When I was almost 10 years old, my parents made Aliyah to Eretz Yisrael. We lived in Eretz Yisrael, and my father's, since I was a little kid, since I'm a baby, he's been learning all day long by himself. He never had a shtela really, besides when he was a Rebbe in Shar Yashuv for a short kufa. But anyway, he's a Chazanishnik. I don't know if today he is or not, but then a Gronik / Chazanishnik. You know, wears tefillin the whole day and learns, and very makbid on everything. So one day he tells me, "You want to go with me to the shlachtois? I heard there's a problem. It's called nefula. Nefula is if a chicken fell 4 amas, you got to make sure that its internal organs are working properly." So he heard that when they unload these trucks with the chickens, they throw them off the truck and they land. So you got to check it out. So we get there, he wakes me up early in the morning. I didn't realize what we're talking about. He says, "You want to go in the morning?" I didn't realize morning means 4 in the morning. Okay, he wakes me up, half asleep, we get there, and he asks Rishos, "Could I check these birds?" I don't know why they said yes. And he starts pulling them out. And you know what, a chicken at night doesn't really see well, and it's sleeping, it's all, and he starts taking out these chickens, and they're falling over, they're like sleeping. And he's like, "Nu Elio, you see, the mamish, it's nefula, these things." Until like one of them went a little cuckoo, and started flying around in between the shaykhim. My father's running there. I had this picture. He's running, trying to get. He's under the table, between the machines, and he's running. And this shaykhim are laughing and they're helping him. Boxes, things. So Rabbi said, "Here's the story. What the nefula." Now, before you this, I'm going to show you a picture. I don't know why I'm showing it to you, but you have to guess which one. It's not so hard to guess which one is. This is Darchei Torah first grade. So when you see me, say stop. Stop. Here we go. This guy right over here. No, I'm just kidding. Not that guy. This is Sussman's brother, the one with the big white things. That's Simcha Sussman's brother. Keep on going. Tell me when to stop. The suit. Rabbi said, just ignore the pace for a second. I don't know if you can. Okay. Why my mom gave me a suit, I don't know. I was wondering why everybody's pointing at me and laughing that day. The only guy with the suit. Ashi, you also? That's what happened. Oh, we got to talk, Ashi. Rabbi said, here it goes. Somebody calm him down for a second. Ashi. That's supposed to be my father, but it's not really. No, that's not how he looked to Cloud. That's mamish what it was like. He's pushing and these guys are dead. We don't know. According to one man number, you have to wait 24 hours. Either way.
Get over here.
The shaykhim are laughing. Yeah, okay. You get the idea. This is what's going on in the middle of the shlachtais. And then, my father brings them home, and the whole story, one of them had a big mark on it, so he asked me to go to the Renisim Karelitz, and I asked the Renisim Karelitz, Chacham Shahir the boy, the whole thing. But another part of the story I never told the Olam is that my father asked my mother to kasher these chickens. They weren't kasher because they were like outside of the line. Like we had to take them home as is. So, and this is before Pesach, so my mother decided she put some plastic out on this and she kashered them. I remember she was pretty disgusted by the whole situation. She never did it before. And then my brother, Rafal, he opens up the cabinet and a box of cookies falls down on top of all the chickens. And there went the whole kashmir for Pesach. And she just laughed. She laughed. She didn't say a word to him. And that was that. Okay. Zog the Gemara. So, huh? Yeah. Chinuch.
And then there was an afila of the cookies onto the chicken.
There's an afila. Oh, says the Gemara. Oh, so again, what's the question? The question is, how if it's visible, so how could you not see it? Pull it out. If it's not visible, how do you know about it? So the Gemara says it's not visible because it fell. It's one of these things that you saw it fall, and you don't know, it just got mixed in there now. You know one of them fell, and it might be a treifa. The Arev bin Afula. Says Gemara, Nafula Nami Libdiko. What's the problem? If it could walk, like Rabbi Stefansky did, then it's not a treifa. Says the Gemara, no, Kosovar Omda Tzrichumes Leis. No, there's another man that says that even if it stands up on two, you still have to wait 24 hours. Holcha. And if it walked, then you don't have to wait 24 hours, but after you shecht it, tzricha b'dika, you still have to open up to see if there's any internal injuries. I guess that's why my father was nervous when he saw that internal black and blue mark. He said, maybe it's an afula. Turns out that the black and blue mark was caused by the machine that removes the feathers. It's very violent. It bangs them up after they're shechted. Rabbi Yirmiyah Amar, one last shot. You know what? You cannot tell this treifa. Why can't you tell if it's treifa? Because one of them is the offspring of a treifa. It's not a treifa, but its mother was a treifa. And so what if the mother's a treifa? Oh, Rabbi Lezer, the Omar v'la treifa le'yikra v'gavim mizbeach. Lezer holds that the offspring of a treifa, even though you yourself are not a treifa, your offspring is also possible. The treifa is offspring. The treifa is a problem, but the offspring is also a problem. So says the Gemara. So we have these three pshatim. One pshat, Rabbi Yannai says that it was a puncture by a thorn and a puncture of a wolf, and we can't differentiate, and that's why we have a problem here. The other pshat is that it mixed in with an animal that fell more than Dalet Amos, I think. And irviv b'vlat treifa, again, it's something that you can't see on the outside, but the mother is a treifa, so you know for sure that there's a treifa here. Kulu ki Rabbi Yannai li'armi. How come the other two, Rabbi Shlokish and Rabbi Yirmi, don't say that it got mixed in with a thorn? Bein nekuvas hakoitz, the Jews says made the idea. Well, it's so obvious which one is the wolf and which one is the thorn. Hai moshech v'hai ogil. I searched and searched. I know I took the picture myself. We were in the safari and we saw a crazy thing. It's better than this picture, but I'll just show you what something came. It looked like this, literally like this. It was a lion that tried to grab a zebra, and with its paw just made 3 cuts in one shot. You have to understand that. You understand if you try to slice through a cow or whatever it is, the thick skin, to do it in 1 second, pack. That's how sharp and powerful those things are. This is a real picture of, not mine, I didn't take it, but I took one similar to this with more. I have 4 marks down its stomach. So,
Can it take out for that?
treifa?
Yeah.
Why not? If it became a treifa, why not? Oh, that's a different child. But let's say it became a treifa after it's pregnant. It lost its leg.
Why can't you just wait a year? After a year, treifa dies. So everything that's left, it's not a
Yeah, but these are korbanos. If they're going to be puzzled, yeah. Yeah. Says the Gemara, "Hay moshech v'hayalgil." A thorn is a circular wound. Look at this wound. This is an elongated wound. Says Gemara, Kirish Lakish. Sorry, that's why I don't think that it's gonna. I don't get confused between the wolf and a thorn. Kirish Lakish le'amri. How come they don't say that it's talking about that it fell and it got mixed in with others? They hold, like Rabbi Stefansky, it's brought down la halacha over here, that if the chicken gets up and runs away, or an animal gets up and walks, then there's no concern that perhaps there's internal injuries. We don't say that it got mixed up with the vlad of a treif, and that's only a das yachid. It's Rabbi Eliezer that holds that the offspring, that you're not even a treifa, it's perfect, but its mother was a treifa, you don't bring to the mizbeach, that's only das Rabbi Eliezer. And we don't hold like him. Why? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe because he's a shamuti, they put him in chayrim, in Shas. We don't go with Rabbi Eliezer usually. Says the Gemara, it says in the Mishnah that if two korbanos of the same type, let's say two oilos, two chatois, got mixed together, so you just bring it and you say this chat, whatever chatas is owned by Reuven goes to Reuven, whatever chat is owned by Shimon, I don't know which one. We put both of them in the zbeach and Shalom Yisrael. What? Whatever it is, Hashem will decide who I'm putting it on. Hashem knows who the real owner is. Great. The problem is v'abai smicha. You need to lean on the animal. It's one of the things. Smicha. Let's do smicha for a second. You got to put all your body weight on it. Okay. He killed this poor animal by the smicha. Fine. You have to do smicha. So, I don't know. I see Toises on top over here. Daf Ayin Heyom and Aleph. V'yishloimar. The Hachanami even the sheyesh le takana b'ri'iyah ein lasis b'loi smicha. So Toises over here, we could just do Yirah Yistav trick, because we know that smicha is not ma'akev. If you forget smicha, so what's the problem? You have two animals. You put them on the but you don't go lechatchila and put them on the mizbeach when there's a way out of it. Let them graze. Send them to Kevis land. And you have a way out of it, so smicha is problematic over here. You need smicha. We're talking about a woman's carbon. A woman doesn't do smicha. I was just thinking to myself, imagine if a woman did do smicha. I could just see, Yankel, disgusting, help me, I need gloves. It's not such a thing that women are into. So Baruch Hashem, they don't have to do smicha. What? You need a video. Exactly. 6 pairs of gloves. Yeah. But if it's a man's carbon, you're telling me that in a chanami, since it requires smicha, so let's say 2 chatois got mixed up, you're not going to bring it to the Beis Hamikdash. Only 2 karbanis of women. Eisveis, I have a problem. Dafayan Hemadal. Eisveis Abayom. So we have 3 cases here. Karban Yochid Shenisar beKarban Yochid. You have 2 karbanis that are the same, like our case, 2 chatas. The Gemara is going to want to say that this is talking about men's carbon. Why is it a man's carbon? Because look at the next case. Bekarban Tzibur Shenisar beKarban Tzibur. You have 2 communal karbanis. Let's say the chatas of the nasi, the chatas of the tzibur, 2 chatais, two different types of carbon for the tzibur. But over here, it's men. Only men are involved here. The carbon yachid, the carbon tzibur, a carbon of an individual and a carbon of the community. They got mixed in. So 3 cases. So what do you do? Noisen arba matonis mikol echad ve'echad. So let's say we're talking about a chatas. Let's review. Chatas, you put the blood on the 4 corners of the mizbeach. Oila, you do it twice. On the southwest corner and the opposite one, whatever the opposite one is. Northeast. Great. Southwest, 1 which is 2, 1 which is 2. So let's assume it's 2 chatais. So you have to put the blood on 4 corners times 2, because you have 2 karbanos, so you got to repeat the same process twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4. Vimnosa matana mikol echad yatsa. And if you did one zrika for each one, good. Vimnosa arba mikulan. This is an interesting one. It's a little different than what it seems like. Arba mekulam means assuming that it's an oila, so you do 1 which equals 2, and then another 1 which equals 2, and that's enough for 2 karbanos. In other words, 1 for each carbon. You hit the southwest corner, that's 1, which equals 2. That's for 1 carbon. Then you hit the northeast corner, which is 1, which equals 2. That's for the second carbon. Yeah? You look confused.
Yeah, I am.
Okay? It's one zrika per carbon. If he did it, b'di'evet.
But that's only 1 corner for each carbon then.
Right.
He's still.
No, it says one zrika. Time out. Let's go back. Let's take it back.
Yeah.
One step before that. You're talking about a chatas, you got to hit every corner. He didn't. He did 1 corner for carbon by the name of Larry. He did another corner for Bobby. So that's enough. Now, when you have an oila, it's now, you don't do 4 corners. You're supposed to do 2 corners, which are 4. So by the same thing, you do 1 corner, and that's for Larry, and the second corner for Bobby. 1 corner happens to be 2. The other corner happens to be 2 because you're hitting in the corner and it's spreading to 2 walls. So we call it 4. But it's really 2 that are 4, and 2 is enough for 2 korbanos, 1 for each. You really need to do the full process for each one. But let's say you got lazy. Let's say you ran out of blood. So you yaitza.
Isn't the chatas in different places? The chatas is ba'al to sick rabbi.
Yeah, we're talking about different. You know that it's chatos, but it's 2, and they got mixed in. No, that's something else. Over here we're talking about the same carbon. It's the same exact carbon, just different. It got mixed up who the owner is. So the Gemara is going to take issue with this line over here. Gemara says there's a difference when it got mixed up. When these animals were alive and well and they got mixed up. But if they got mixed up after they were shechted, you have all the blood over there in 1 cup. So you just apply the blood to the 4 corners. You don't have to do it more than once. You have 2 chatois, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. Before we said 1, 2, 3, 4, and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 2 animals. Over here, the 2 animals just 1 time, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's a chatas, let's say. And if you apply it 1 time, just 1 corner for 2 animals, you need 8 different applications, but you did it once, you yaitza. Why? Rashi brings a new concept that we didn't see yet. It's called yesh bila. Bila means it's mixed up well. Different than kalaroy lebila and bila makeves. That's different. It's also a lashon of mixing. Over here, the blood, the molecules of the blood are all mixed in well, and therefore, if I apply it once, I really did the application for 2 separate animals. Rabbi Omer, huh? Yeah, exactly. Like the cup that comes out from the floor and it. And your yaitza, just in case somebody didn't do zrika. Rabbi Omer, roinis hamatana im yeshbo kedei lezeh v'kedei lezeh ksheira. Again, something that the Gemara doesn't like so much. Rebbe says that there's a minimum amount of blood. Yeah, you need, let's say, 2 milliliters. How do they say? An ounce is not an ounce. Yeah, now you need an ounce of blood per animal. Just throwing out a number. So listen, if there's enough blood in there for 2 animals, great. The Gemara is going to ask a question on it soon. But meanwhile, before we ask a question on Rebbe, why do we bring this whole thing? To prove that men, even when a man's carbon gets mixed up, you could bring it as a carbon, and we're not concerned about the smicha. There's 3 cases. The first case is a yachid and a yachid that got mixed up. Then we have a yachid with a tzibur. Then we have, tzibur and a tzibur, and a yachid and a tzibur. But the bottom line is we're talking about men here. About tzibur gavri, have yachid gavri. The Gemara understands that the tzibur is only men. And therefore, the other case of a yachid is also 2 men that got mixed up. And what about smicha? Even though you can't do smicha, you bring it on the mizbeach. So you see, before we said it's only a carbon of a woman, and now we say no, even men, when they get mixed up, you can bring their carbon. Omar Rava, v'tizbera mataratzti. You're telling me, you really think that this brisa is a good brisa, that doesn't have any issues, that it's a perfect brisa? No, it's a brisa that you have to say tirutzim, you have to go explain away different things. And therefore, you can't ask questions from it. How do I know that it's a problematic brisa? Because it says, it says, this only applies when the animals got mixed up when they were alive. But if they got mixed up when they were already dead, Even when the blood got into one cup, it's not a problem. You just do one application, Shalom Yisrael. As Gemara, Mali Chayim, Mali Shchutim. What's the difference if they got mixed up when they're alive or got mixed up when they're dead? If you caught all the blood in one vessel, you're right. But what if they're dead and you caught the blood in two different vessels? So what's the difference if they're alive or dead? You should apply it from each kais, from each kli. You should go ahead and make a zrika. What's the difference if they're alive or dead? It doesn't make sense. The alive or dead doesn't help us here. Doesn't make a difference. Elochi kamar. So we have to explain what the brisa means. Not that there's a difference between they're alive or dead. Alive and dead just means whether they're in different kalim or not. If the blood is in a different kli, that's the whole nafkamina. Just like when the animals are alive, they're completely separated from each other. You don't have an animal inside an animal. They're different animals, meaning different kalim. B'kaisais, they have different kalim. MMA, you have to, if you have the blood in different kalim, you should do the zrikas hadam with different kalim. If the blood is mixed into one kli, like dead animals, then you just do one zrika and everybody's yaitza. You don't even need to do four corners. You can even do one corner and b'di'evid you are yaitza. Now, we're going to go into Rebbe for a second. Rebbe says, no, but there's a minimum amount of blood you need in a kli. You can't just do zrika for two animals from one kli. You have to have a minimum 2 ounces, 1 ounce per animal, throwing out a number. Yeah? Berach. And if you don't have that amount, you're puzzled. It's possible. Ask the Gemara, does Rebbe really hold of this? Oh, my Rebbe. The Divri Rebbe Eliezer. Hazah, kulshu mitaheres. So let's talk about Hazah for a second. We have brand new for today. If a person becomes tummy in the time of the Beis Hamikdash, in the time when we had a paraduma, so we have to be mitayrim. Shalom aleichem. Come in. You have to give him a tahara. How you mitayr? You have to take the paraduma, burn the paraduma, take the ashes, mix it with spring water. Then you take some sort of azav and a different thing. A what? Right. Exactly. You dunk it in the water, and like what I did to Rabbi Schoenberg, give me a spritz. You guys weren't here, but I once brought one. I dunked it in the water, and I tried to get, I don't know, maybe Noam, and the only one I got was Rabbi Schoenberg. By the way, I want to, Dave, maybe, do you have it? Did you get what the reactions of Noam and Mendy yesterday by the video? No? You got to see it. Anybody here has it? You have it? Could you send it to Dave? We'll show it. Send it to Dave, and then we'll show it. It's geschmack to see the different reactions of the tzibur. One of them is Rabbi Schoenberg. You got to see Rabbi Schoenberg's reaction to a video we showed yesterday. Noam and Avi is like unbelievable, and the best is Mendy. Most people voted for Mendy. Covers his eyes, doesn't know where to bury himself. It's geschmack. Oh, here he is. Don't bite the. So I'm just saying, Rabbi Schoenberg then, he was like, I woke him up a shtickle. So here it is. Here we go. Here's the Azah. The ISO. What do you call it? HESAB. Oh, the HESAB. Yeah. HY. Yeah. Now, I get it. So people are going to be scared at the time of some English to come get tired because Eli Stefansky showed him this year that it's a very. So save the email. I got it. I have. That's not. Okay. I didn't hear what he said, but okay. So Hazah, 1 drop of Hazah is enough. And that's the Gemara's question now in Rebbe, really. Rebbe says that the sheer blood, to sprinkle the blood on the Zveach, there's a certain sheer, there's a certain minimum. And now we're saying, let me see. No, that's a different one. No. Oh, this one, here we go. Okay, show it. You ready? It's gewaldig. Mendy, you want to see this? Look at Rabbi Schoenberg. He's crying. And look at Mendy. Mendy's gewaldig. I like the guy from Toronto. Go back. Where's the guy from Toronto? Here, look at this guy from Toronto. All the way to the left. Nishtahin and Nishtahar. He's like, why are you guys laughing? Okay. No, I got to see it again because I love Noam's reaction. Noam almost came out of his seat over there. And then Rabbi Shomer, what happened, Rabbi Shomer? Why are you going like this? What is that? That's an infection, nothing to do with the joke. And then he has a headache, Mistama. It's like, no shaykhs. Okay, got it. So they say, I heard one from Chassidus Shavart. Why is it that Hazah works with one drop? Hazah works one drop. Yosef, you also have an infection? It's good. It's good. I see him going. Why is Hazah one drop? And mikveh, you have to put your entire body in there. So they say, what happens if you make yourself a coffee and you spill the entire coffee on yourself? Kapar savainas. What if you walk and the guy next to you, one drop of coffee hit your shirt? Ooh. So he says, Hazah is from somebody else. You sprinkled me? Oh, that's enough. That sign that somebody else gave you a spritz, that's enough.
Who is this from?
Myself. Very good.
Very good.
Azoi zok the Welt. Hazah in the tzricha shiur. So the Gemara says Hazah doesn't need a shiur at all. Hazah mechsa kosher mechsa puzzle. Interesting lashon here. And also that if you have half water and half puzzle, it's also kosher. Right? Hazah, you have to read it well. Hazah mechza kosher or mechza puzzle is kosher. So you have to add that word afterwards. In other words, if there's a mixture of, somebody just did this. Here. This is, who did that? You? He just happened to have an infection, Rabbi Shomer, that second. And what's Noam doing? The difference. And I'm sitting here and I see all you guys. This is what I'm getting. And sometimes he goes like this. This guy. Unbelievable. Okay, good.
The new face of the Shabbaton ad.
Wow. Zog the Gemara. You guys, what's time you're okay over there? Everything's good? Those Hempstead boys. When are you guys going to open up a satellite location? Arba Panim La Torah. When is there going to be a West Hempstead location? No? Yitzi, well, what's going to be here? You thinking about it? I don't want too much pressure. It has to come from love. You have to really live it. You need a guy that's going to. There's a 12-year-old. His birthday was yesterday. He's the main guy in Ashdod, and a whole email from the Ashdod Chevra how this kid. He opens up the place. He pours coffee for the chevra. He gives you a gemara. He's the engine of Ashdod. And he told his parents, "I don't want a birthday present. I want to come to MDY on my birthday." So he came last night. It was, and I know Dave. He's gonna. Oh, here it is. He's unbelievable, Dave. Unbelievable. In seconds. This is the kid. אז אנחנו באשדוד זכינו. אין לנו תיעודים אולי. דייב יכול להוריד מהזום אם יש קלטות. רבלי, העיקר ששלמה הוא ילד שידיו... Okay, fine, weiter. We got it. Beautiful. Thank you, Dave. This is what we got in the Hebrew Shiur. We have, Dave is very interactive. So as I'm talking, boom, boom, and set. You saw how quick he's able to put it up. It's unbelievable. It's a talent. Zog the Gemara. What? Yeah. So the point is that according to Rebbe, you don't need a shiur. It could be even a tiny drop of the special paraduma water and water from the faucet is still enough. So how come by us, Rebbe says that the blood hazard needs an ounce per carbon? It should be whatever it is, No, so what's Avi's answer? There's a difference between this and this. That's one of the answers. The Gemara says, "L'dvar Rebbe Eliezer Kamar." One teretz is, you're right, Rebbe Eliezer holds that you don't need a shear. Just like by Hazah, 1 drop is enough. So too by a zrik of a carbon on the mizbech, 1 drop of blood is enough. He's talking about l'shitas Rebbe Eliezer. Don't you agree that you need a shear? What's the connection between sprinkling blood on a mizbech to sprinkling paraduma, water, on a human being? Sponsors. Turning of the Daf, Adar Global, Turnkey Financial Services for hassle-free real estate purchase in Israel. Stephen Schwartz, Lili Nishmois, my parents, Millie and Jay Schwartz, former owners of Arnes Deli in Lakewood, New Jersey. Real quickly, because that has somewhat to do with what we just learned. There's and it has to do with Hillel, about this idea of B'chol drochecha do'eyu. I say Hillel and he knows right away. In the parasha it says, Ochei yesh Hashem b'mokim hazeh v'anoichi lo yadati. Yaakov says, I didn't know. I didn't realize Hashem is in this place. So the Oyev Yisrael says that Yaakov Avinu wasn't aware that you could be Oyed Hashem while you're sleeping. So now I know that you could even worship Hashem. Hashem came to me in my dream. It's Hashem as you're sleeping. That's one thing. And another thing is that a chassid came to I don't know if it was the Briskerov, one of those, the Briskerov, I don't know exactly. He said, you see from the parsha that Avodas Hashem, Kabbalah, Kavanas is more chashiv than Torah. How do you see it? He says, because there's a whole long parsha about Yaakov Avinu doing all these Kavanas, the Kudim, Utluim, and he put the sheep facing this way, that way. That's all about Kavanas. And it doesn't make one mention of Yaakov Avinu being in yeshiva for 14 years. So he told him, he says, yeah, but Yaakov Avinu got punished for all those kavanas he did for the 22 years. But the 14 years that he was learning Torah, that he wasn't punished. So you see that the Torah is more chashav. Zadi Gemara. Nisarbu b'bchor u'maiser. So now we have easy stuff. Omar Rami bar Chama. B'chor l'beishamai ein machilin l'nidois. Let's talk about a b'chor for a second. What's a b'chor? B'chor is a firstborn animal. You have to give it to the kohen. It's 100% the kohen's. The kohen takes it to the Beis Hamikdash, puts part of it on his mizbeach, the rest he eats. If the b'chor has a mum, so then the kohen gains. Then you don't have to put anything on the mizbeach. Whatever he could eat, he eats. But a b'chor still has kedusha in it. It has a mum, but it's still kaddish. So we have to treat it. It's different than most karbanos. We have to treat it with respect, even though it has a mum. You cannot sell the meat in the marketplace. You cannot try to fetch top dollar. That's the best way to get the most money. You weigh it. You can't weigh it. You can't do these two things. It's called litra. Litra is a weight. It's like, we say today, a pound, a kilo. So it's a litra. You cannot weigh it. That's the best way to get your most money for a piece of meat. You have to just sell it. You look at it. You say, okay, are you willing to pay me $25 for this piece of meat? Then the guy rips you off because he's getting 5 pounds extra over there. But it's not proper to put kachim on a scale. You don't weigh kachim. Imagine weighing a human being after he's dead. Oh, let's weigh him. Or that's why I guess I'm chapping now. Sometimes you have a 400-pounder that gets on a plane for free. He pays one little ticket. It doesn't go by weight. There'll be a chutzpah to start weighing human beings before they get. You weigh a suitcase. I'm saying, for my 70-pound suitcase you weigh, but I weigh 10 times the amount. No, you don't charge me. Well, because it's a chutzpah. It's not. Just thought about it now. Don't send me emails, please. Maybe it wasn't well thought through. Oh, he's doing this. The other thing you're not allowed to do is this. You can't sell it in the marketplace. You want to do a private sale in your home? Givaldik, but not in the marketplace. Fine. Oh my Rabbi Rachama, I just ruined Hil Kamiansky Shabbos. Oh my Rabbi Rachama b'chor lebei Shammai ein machilim l'nidos. Because even though it has a mum, Rabbi say, a nida or any person who has a tumah emanating from their body like a zav also can't eat a b'chor. You have to treat it with respect. So he asks him, Tumura Seimau. Tumura, Rabbi say, you remember Tumura, right? A person has a carbon. In this case, it would be a b'chor. Now I say, it's small. I want to get the really nice carbon for the Rebbeinu Shalom. Can I switch the carbon? So what happens? They both get the same kedusha, and it's awesome. So the question is, by a b'char also, they both get a kedusha. Can I redeem the big guy, the fake one? He's only a tmura. He's not a real b'char. Maybe I'm allowed to redeem it. That's question number one. B'char ein nishka b'litra. Let's call the guy on the left side. He's the b'char. He you cannot weigh and sell him in a marketplace. Tmurasimau. What about the larger one, the one you did tmura? Could you weigh him? Barava. What's the question, B'chlal? B'char u'maiser mishahumamu. Humamu is lashon of mum. Tanya, you're right. Omar Rava Tanya. B'char u'maiser mishahumamu. Oisim tmura u'tmurasim yotzvim. When a b'char gets a mum, and you cannot bring him as a carbon, you could create a tmura. If somebody by mistake or on purpose says this animal should be instead of this, so they both become bechar. Utmurasim kayotzim, they have the same exact halachas. You're not allowed to weigh the second one either. We're only trying to get to the Mishnah, Rabbi Isai. What happened there? You have a kayin who received a bechar, okay, and now the bechar has a mum. So the kayin is a nice guy. He says, you know what? Let me donate. Avi told me yesterday. He says, why doesn't MDY or maybe Ari Simon told me this. He says, why doesn't MDY have the ability to take stock? People have a lot of stock. Sometimes they want to donate stock. There's a lot of benefits for tax deductions, different things. People have stocks. Instead of them giving cash, they can give stock to MDY. So this guy, this kohen, he says, I want to give a balmum to the Beis Hamikdash. I don't have cash, but instead of me shechting this animal and not being able to sell in the marketplace, let me give the entire. You could do it in the donors things. Okay, but not everybody has the ability. Okay, fine. So you go into the donors. So I've been taking this whole animal, giving it to the Bedek HaBayis. What does Bedek HaBayis mean? They could use it. The Beis Hamikdash will sell it, and with the money they'll do renovations in the Beis Hamikdash. Could the Beis Hamikdash? You hear the question. It's a gewaltige question. It's now owned by the Beis Hamikdash. So could the Beis Hamikdash sell it in the marketplace and get top dollar? Or no, it has Kedusha to it. But it's better for the Beis Hamikdash if you sell it. All other karbanos, we sell, if we redeem a carbon, you sell it in a marketplace. Why? Wait a minute, you were here the whole time. You're a guest, no? I didn't say Shalom Aleichem to you. So what's your name? From where? Shalom Aleichem. Wow, I'm happy I didn't miss you. Okay, who else did I miss here? Did I say Shalom Aleichem to everybody? You? Okay. So says the Gemara. You hear the question? On the one hand, it's a b'char, you're not allowed to redeem. But on the other hand, every carbon that's owned by the Beis Hamikdash, and you redeem it, you get top dollar in the marketplace. I don't care if it's a bazaar or not. I want top dollar for the Beis Hamikdash. Over here, you have a combination: Beis Hamikdash / b'char. What do I do? If it's better to give benefit to the Beis Hamikdash, or maybe I don't put down the b'char by weighing it. Or maybe I have a raya. Nisarbu b'b'char b'maiser. Here, carbon A is a b'char. Carbon B is oila. And they got mixed in together. What do? You let them graze until they befall a mum. And then you have to treat both of them. The oila also, in this case, you have to treat it like a b'char, meaning what? You cannot sell it in the marketplace. You cannot weigh it. So you see, same thing should be over here. Over here we have an animal that's both Bedek HaBayis and a b'char. You should treat the Bedek HaBayis part like the b'char part, meaning you should not be able to weigh it. You don't get top dollar. This means that you shouldn't be able to weigh it. This is a typical Gemara. No, yesh l'chalik. That's a typical Gemara is, how do you make a distinction between A and B? There's a big difference. Amri, midami. What's the connection? Hasam shtei gedusha isu shnei gufen. We did this for a second. I don't know if that helps. A b'char is one body, but you want to divide that one body into two parts. Say that one part is a Bedek HaBayis part, and one part is a b'char part. And then we're going to say no. Maybe the Bedek HaBayis will win, and you could sell it by weight. Over here, it's two separate bodies. One is a complete oila, one is a complete b'char. They got mixed in. So why should I? So that the Beis Hamikdash should gain by selling the oila for more money. Why should I take a b'char that's 100% a b'char and put him down? On the right side, he's not 100% a b'char. He's half and half. He's half b'char, half Bedek HaBayis. He has two things going for the same animal. So maybe I should put him down a little bit so the Beis Hamikdash should gain. Over here, why would I put down animal A so that animal B I should get more money for? It's like Chatei Kadesh Yiske Chavercha, sort of. You know? I'm not supposed to be Mechal Shabbos so that you shouldn't be Mechal Shabbos. That's your problem, not my problem. So anyway, says the Gemara, Mazgilo Rabbi Yosef, yeah, I said this. By us, it's two kedushas into one body. Says Rabbi Yosef Bar Oven, I don't understand. Why should it work if a kohen says, "Hey, Rabbi Yosef, come and redeem this animal"? The hekdesh is going to gain by you redeeming it. Are we going to redeem it? No. We don't listen to him. So why should we listen to him now? Why should we sell it by the weight? Says Gemara, Havdu. That's a Issa D'Oraisa. Rachmana Amar Lo Sivda. Don't compare redeeming to weighing on a scale. Weighing on a scale is the Rabbanon. Don't weigh it. Don't be invasion. But over there, of course, you can't say redeem. That's not a question. Oh, just because he can't redeem, so he shouldn't be able to weigh on a scale. They're two different things. What is the right? So one is the Rabbanon. Maybe it's okay. Elo, Merabami. So now the Gemara has just explained. You have an animal that was a Bechar, and the Kohen made him into a Bedek HaBayis. Can I weigh it and get more money for the Beis Hamikdash? Says the Gemara, Elo Merabami, Klum Hikna Zeh, El Mashikanaloi. How does the Kohen have permission to give the Beis Hamikdash more than he himself has? What does the Kohen own in a Bechar? He owns the meat and he's not allowed to sell it by weight. He's not allowed to sell it in the marketplace. So that's what he gave over to the Beis Hamikdash. How could the Beis Hamikdash be better? It's like Dayalavim and Adin Leis Kenidoid. Okay? Says Gemara.
If somebody's knocked or something that applies, there's no onah by hektish. But somebody who would sell it, or he would have had onah.
Okay, I hear. Different halachas apply to different things. I hear. But over here, it's more like you're saying it's only because of a certain situation that certain situation is removed. Then okay, I hear. Let's just do this quick sugi. It's very, very simple. The Mishnah says every single animal carbon can mix in with another carbon. You can get confused. There's only two that you cannot get confused. A chados and a asham. So the Gemara says, why? The Gemara is going to try to see maybe there's other carbonates that you could confuse them with each other. You can't confuse a male with a female. A chatos is a female and a asham is a male, and they don't get confused. As the Gemara, okay, chatos v'lenami. What do you mean? Chatos and oila. Chatos is a female, oila is a zachar. How are you going to get confused? Says, no, sometimes ikasir nasi. Sometimes you have a chatos that's a zachar also. When it comes to the nasi. Says Gemara, chatos nami ikasir. In other words, you can't, there's another situation where you can't differentiate between the chatos and nasi and an asham. Says Gemara, hay soir v'hay tzemer. No, one is a goat and one is a sheep. So you could differentiate. Says Gemara, Pesach ba'asham nami loy ma'ariv. Korban Pesach and asham don't get mixed in. Why? Hay ben shana v'hay ben shtei shanim. One is a year old and one is 2 years old. How are you going to get confused between a 2-year-old and what's this? I didn't see this. Oh, look at that. Hello. On a taxi. Gewaldig. Shkoyach Dave. Or whoever put it in there. Avi. Shkoyach. Says Gemara, first of all, Ika Asham Nazir Vasham Mitzaira. No, sorry. They're also a year old, the Asham. So sometimes you have a year old and a Pesach is a year old, so they could get confused. Almost done. It's not good to drink now. Sometimes you have a little kid that looks like he's a 2-year-old, or a year-old that looks like a 2-year-old, or when it comes to an animal also. Vike ben shtayim, the mechzi, kish ben shana, and sometimes you have a 2-year-old that looks like a 1-year-old, so they could get confused. Or boy say, have a wonderful day and a good Shabbos. Motzei Shabbos at 8:30.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shiur today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.